Hey guys, this is Jenna with Hill Valley Farm, and it's been a little while. Really kind of been quiet around here. Not a lot of stuff going on in the way of breedings. Got Irma on me. And because we've, bred for everyone to be so far that first half done in March, and so right now if we were to breed anyone, they would be due mid-April, and I just didn't want April kids this year, so we're not breeding right now. We're kind of taking care of the ones who are bred. We're finishing up our milk test year. Tomorrow is probably going to be the last milk test of the year, I believe, and then I just have to send in the dry sheets. And it's been a really successful year in the way of milk testing for us. Lila has earned enough volume to start in volume, and that is a really, really big deal. And so we are so happy. I'm not surprised. That was actually one of my goals of the year, and so we met that goal. Sky has her star in butterfat and protein. It's a possibility she could get her star in volume as well, so we're working on that. Isabella is about to have her star in butterfat and protein, and they'll all three have an AR star, which is called Advanced Registry. So that is really exciting. And again, it's really kind of low key. I've not really been pushing them. I just milk once a day right now. So it's really, really kind of quiet around here. Obviously it's gotten cold and the days are shorter, so it also means the goats go up earlier, and so we do chores a lot earlier these days, and let these girls just rest and eat a lot of hay and just be happy and merry. So we've got Lila and Sky laying here just chilling out. They're in the sun. And then there's Tuscany back there. Tuscany is looking rather large these days. And we've of course got these turkeys. We've also got Risky back there. Now the other fun thing, we actually had our goat club meeting here a week ago, and one of the educational things was ultrasound, and so we did ultrasound several of the girls because we wanted to see what it looks like and what we're looking for when we ultrasound a goat to see if they're bred. And we saw several of them that are bred. Gloria was one of them right here, and Risky was one of them, and let's see, Butterfly, I don't think we said it's a sure thing, but it looked like she was. So that was a lot of fun. That was something that I've really been considering getting. As you can see, everyone's being lazy. I don't blame them. And I just think that would be a really nice tool to use. That way I'm not having to do blood testing, which I've not done, to see if they're bred this year. Sometimes I do. I haven't this year. There's this Maddie. Hi, Maddie. And so that's just really, like I said, not a lot going on. We did have a respiratory thing go through. Several of them, got not so much fevers, but just really congested and snotty noses. We treated them and they're just fine, but that was not fun. And I think it had a lot to do with the temperatures. It would be warm, and then all of a sudden the temps would plummet, and that's when you really have to watch your goats. And it can be silent, like I said, not all of them had fevers. Actually, majority did not. And so it's a very serious thing, kind of like last year with Karma. She had pneumonia and we did not know it. She didn't even have the first symptom. There's Dicey. She is getting to be a big girl. So one thing I've had a lot of people ask me is, how do you know when to breed these girls? Obviously you don't want to wait a long time, because you end up getting something like Butterfly over here. No offense, Butter, but she is overweight and very overconditioned, and that is in her genes. And so that can happen easily if you wait until they're 1.5, 2. So we really don't go by age so much as we go by the weight and their width and their thurls. And so when we talk about weight, you know, I used to be a stickler for 45 pounds, but that's really just not just like, it's not feasible in some of the lines that we have because, you know, like Ellie over there, now she was 45 pounds when I bred her, but she is a very, very small girl. Both of her parents are very short. She's just one of our shortest girls in the herd, and she's just little. And so for a doe like that, you really, you know, you can get away with going with 40 pounds, but you're really looking at the thurl to thurl. So Dicey's here, so this might be a good opportunity to kind of show you guys. First off, if you stand straight, I want my hand here. Now she's actually kind of wide right here. You see how my hand is. But I'm looking at thurl to thurl. Now I do have to go back and forth. When you're not helping. I do have to go back and forth with my hand. But I can, if I really try hard, touch the tops of her thurls with my hand, one hand. And I have a very small hand. So right here is the thurl on Mirabella. I do have to rock it, so I am rocking it a little bit. She's getting close to the point where I would consider breeding her. Maddie, probably about the same as Dicey. Yeah, I can feel her thurls with one hand, so I wouldn't breed her. Now, oh, let's look at Moon. And all these girls were born in March. Oh, Moon. Moon is such a pretty girl. Alright, so I'm looking at my hand here on her rump. She's like, what you got in the other hand? And I want to try and touch the thurl. Sorry, bad camera job. So there's a thurl, and I feel the thurl on the other side. Kind of like Maddie, I'm kind of having to rock it back and forth a little. So I have considered possibly breeding whoever might be ready by the time I'm ready to breed Sky and Lila. If I do, it would be no more than 2, possibly just one of them. I just don't know. Because it is, I feel like June is going to be crazy already with the amount of does that we'll have kidding. So, not sure about that. But that's kind of gives you an idea of what I look for. And, you know, again, all lines are different. They grow different. You can't base it always off of the dam. I mean, Lila, I bred Lila at the age of 8 months old. She's walking towards us now. I do think it's one of the best things I ever did for her. I'm not going to say I was not nervous because I felt like she was a baby. But she was of weight, and her thurls, she's nice and wide in those hips and thurls. And so, because I mean, that's where the kids have to pass, you know. And so this is an adult, and I have my hand on her. I mean, her hip bones are way out there. I mean, her thurls are, I mean, I'm really having to move, you know, to feel the thurls. Same thing in her daughter, so, you know, her Sky. And I'm really having to move. So I don't want to push these girls if it's not safe for them, because it's just, I mean, while it's great, it can be wonderful and it work out, but it also could be a disaster if you do it too early. So that's what we go by. So this is something Caden worked on yesterday. He ended up cleaning the coop, and we've been having a problem with the girls not laying in the coop. And if you have chickens and you feed them these days, you'll know that the feed has really gone up. And so he cleaned this out, and we are keeping them in here, forcing them to lay their eggs in this coop. And as you can see, it's working. And there's another one. So it's not fun when they're trying to find other places to lay, especially when it's under the barn and you can't get to it. So we are trying to get these girls accustomed to laying where they're supposed to lay. It's also a really nice opportunity to go ahead and worm them. I don't like putting Corid in the water with the goats because the goats will drink the water, and Corid is known to cause thiamine deficiency in goats. And so while they're in here, they're going to be getting wormed. So it's a 5-day treatment, so it really kind of works out. And so anyway, so he cleaned this yesterday. That was his big deal, him and Gavin. And hopefully they will get accustomed to laying in the coop. Another question I have been getting asked several times, it seems, within the last couple of weeks is, what do your hay feeders look like? What do we use? So this is very simple and basic. It is actually a clothes hamper. It's solid, it's metal, and it's just, I think it's Southern Home and Gardens from Walmart. That's what, if you have watched any of our videos from our kidding pen area, that's the kind of hay feeders mostly we have in there. Craig did build 2 in there, the rest are those. And then over here, we didn't know what to start with. We didn't know really what we were doing when we started. So I have this feeder, and it's a big horse hay feeder. Well, obviously, this horse hay feeder, the bar is here and here, so that leaves a lot of room for these little guys to pull out hay and waste. So, and as you can see, they jump on it and everything. I have put this green netting, it's like this garden netting, all the way around it. And then Craig put the lids on to keep the chickens out. And it works. So that's what we feed our girls. Obviously, as you can see, like looking at Moon, these guys like to eat from the top down. They don't like to eat at the very bottom. So that's where they get the majority of their hay. They can lift the lid up with their heads and all that. It's not very heavy. And kind of the same thing over here. I just don't have the lid down. He actually built this out of a pallet. And as you can see Ellie eating there, she can put her nose right through there and get the hay. And so, and again, we have a lid on there. And then, so that's the 2 in this stall. That's one in the hallway out there. And then I have another one of these big horse hay feeders here. So same exact design, same exact netting. So it's really not like rocket science. The worst thing is there's still hay wastage, and we spend so much on hay. You try to avoid that. There's Trixie. Hi, Trixie. But it's one of those unavoidable things. You just do your best. In here, this is where the juniors sleep at night with Sheila, and Craig built this thing. It's kind of in the corner, and then he has little slats. They're a little wide. This is actually, I think, the first feeder he ever built. So he found out he put them a little too wide, but it's okay because I don't have a lot going on in here. This is a kidding pen and where the juniors stay. Over here, this was actually already here. It's a big, humongous horse feeder. For when I was growing up, we had horses. And so all Craig did was he added these little batten boards and made the width of where they can get the hay out narrower. And so it's just, you know, trial and error. And it seems to work really well. So I don't, you know, it's good. It works for us. So, but yeah, lots of people, I'll turn this around. Lots of people use laundry baskets, and I would love to have one that I could sit kind of in the middle of the hallway, and it's just a hay feeder. It's one of the metal ones you can get at one of these farm stores, and you put the hay in the middle and they can go all around it. That is really what I want to do next. But I mean, we're fine right now. The biggest thing is they have to have access to 24/7 hay. Goats have to have hay for a healthy rumen, and it's a really nice filler. Also, this time of year, you know, it's cold. It really helps their metabolism stay up. And so on really cold nights, I even got a compressed bale of alfalfa from the store, because you know, it's a hot hay and it's nice for them to eat that, and it keeps their body temps up. So it's just, and you know, we put them up at night. They're up and they are safe, and the wind, you know, the wind isn't at them. It can't, you know, it blocks the wind in here. And I feel like our setup is really good. It's just, it doesn't keep you from worrying. And so especially when it's 74 degrees outside, and then the low that night is going to be, you know, 30 or 25. And that's the kind of thing that will hurt your animals, and make them cough and snotty and all that. So anyways, but we're doing really good. I'm not sure if in the last video I explained, but Freedom was not bred. And we thought she was like 71 days bred. She was not, and so we ended up breeding her, and it's 3 weeks ago today. So I've not seen her go back into heat, and she was in standing heat at the time, and so hopefully she has settled. It'll be, I think, March 24th or something like that. I really don't know. I don't remember. It's been a little bit since I looked at those dates. But it's going to be in March when she is due. So anyways, definitely check out our website. Definitely check out the breeding plans, because some things have changed. One big thing was obviously adding Faylene to our herd, and so she is not bred yet. When we see her in heat, we'll breed her, but we've just not seen her in heat yet. So definitely check out the website for the breeding plans. Reservation lists are open. The only one that's really full right now is Irma, but Irma is pretty much always full because Irma likes to give one or two, no more than two. And the last couple times she's only given us singles. So I'm really hoping we've got some twin does would be really nice. So anyways, that is most of the updates. We have one more update, and I'll head over to the buck pen to give that update. So the next update is extremely exciting. This guy walking here in the middle, Black and White Legend, he has now earned his Star B credential. He has earned that because his dam, Flower, got her milk star in her volume, and that is a very exciting time. Flower lives at Evie's Hilltop Blessings, and that's where we got Legend from. And Recall is still heavily in rut, as you can see. They all are, really, but the little boys aren't as crazy about it since Recall is 2 and he's nutty. But we're just so happy about Legend. That really increases his value dramatically. It also increases the value of the kids that he produces. And so he is actually going to be bred with Lila Grace. Lila has her star and volume, so any buck born will automatically have the Star B credential behind them, and that's a big deal. It's Star B buck means that it's just milk production is They are proven in milk production in their lines. And by that, I mean their direct lines. So very, very happy about this guy getting his Star B. Obviously it's pending. It's not, you know, on his papers, and it's not out there for the world to see because the new generation software doesn't have that online yet. Hopefully someday it will. But there are ways that you can look things up, and so it can be proven. It's just, you know, not on paper yet. So it's pending, but we are very, very excited about that. Now Archimedes is already a Star B. He is over there. I don't know if you guys can see him. I was trying to zoom in. It's not letting me. Anyways, he's over there. I see him. He's grazing. We won't bother him. He's doing very, very well. Looking really good these days. Ivy Call, you are too. You are just amazing. So anyway, so that's that on the bucks, on the boys. Mr. Spotsman. So like I said, definitely check our website out and our breeding plans. And if you're wanting to be on a reservation list, now is the time to get on it. I will, once they start having these kids, always reach out to the ones on reservation list first. So whoever's on the list, they get the first notification. Hey, we've had, you know, Irma have these kids. So very excited. Now we are hoping to retain a doe out of Irma. I do not know if that'll happen, just because I don't know if she'll give us a doe, but I'm hopeful. And after Irma will be Tuscany and Ellie. So, but Irma is getting close, January 3rd. So it is coming up. This is Thanksgiving week. And so soon we will be giving her her CD&T, because we do that 30 days before they are due. And here's Sheila. She is so friendly. Hi, aren't you? Yes. I'm so friendly. She just loves to be with humans. Like, she loves to be with people. She's sweet, sweet girl. So yes, definitely check us out. And if you have any questions, or you're looking for something specific, it's easier for me to help you if you message me, especially through text. My phone number's on our website, and I always list the website under the description here down below. So check us out. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell. You do not want to miss, you know, things that are coming up. But also give us a thumbs up, because that helps us more than you know. And so we will see you guys next time. I hope you all have a wonderful and fabulous happy Thanksgiving. And until then, I hope you have an awesome goat field day.